From a summit that gathered leaders of the African continent, the president of the Gambia landed at Banjul International Airport on Friday evening on board a commercial flight. No parade of ministers or guard of honor by security personnel, after a press release from State House that these ceremonies will not take place anymore. Instead, he was welcomed by the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Inspector General of Police, and Director of the State Intelligence Service. The president expressed hope for opportunities in Africa-Russia partnership, saying Russia has a lot to offer, a sentiment emphasized by the Russian president.
In 2018, foreign trade between Russia and Africa amounted to more than $20 billion. Over the last 5 years, the trade volume has almost doubled. We see diversification of Russian export. Its structure is changing towards non-commodities. Russian companies have been quite successfully working in the region for a long time, mostly dealing with geological service and mineral resources extraction in energy, oil, and gas sectors.
At multilateral diplomatic forums such as this summit, President Barrow acknowledges that it is important for Gambia to take part. Nations like the Gambia are expected to work together and gather support to address their individual national interests. President Putin's introduction at the start of the second day's proceedings outlined the scale of representation at the summit.
I welcome all of you at the Russia-Africa Summit in Sochi, dedicated to cooperation between Russia and Africa. Gathered here today are representatives of all 54 African countries and leading regional organizations.
Asked what the takeaways are for the Gambia from the Russia-Africa Summit, the president expressed that the summit was not about the Gambia but Africa. He asked that his government will be engaging with Russia at bilateral levels for mutual development benefits. However, he didn't mention to gathering of journalists what exactly the Gambia could benefit from the summit.
Russia have a lot to offer as far as development is concerned. We are looking forward to engaging with Russia at the level of Africa and at the level of the bilateral level for the development of both countries.
Both at bilateral and multilateral levels of diplomatic engagements, there is the possibility of investment prospects by Russia in the socio-economic development of the country.
We all know that Russian tourists started coming in the Gambia last year, but few of them came. So we are trying to encourage them to come to the Gambia and visit Gambia. In that visit, we can also further engage with them so that Russian investors can invest in the Gambia. I think this is what we are looking for, basically.
During the Africa-Russia Summit, President Vladimir Putin spoke about offering to African countries support in security, health, humanitarian relief, and educational training assistance.
We intend to continue training military personnel and law enforcement personnel from Africa at Russian specialized educational institutions. At the current moment, there are military from 20 African countries studying at universities of the Ministry of Defense of Russia in order to improve combat capability of national armed forces of Africa. We cooperate on military and military technical issues. Russia has signed agreements on military and technical cooperation with more than 30 countries, to which we supply a wide range of armaments and equipment, and some of them for free.
The Russian president went on to say,
I would reiterate an important area of our cooperation is training and education. There are now more than 17,000 students from Africa in our country, and the annual quota at Russian universities is almost 2,000 people. We will think about how we could increase that number. There are good prospects for our cooperation in medicine and healthcare. We have the R&D Institute of Epidemiology and Prevention of Dangerous Contagious Diseases in the Republic of Guinea. We believe we could also think about establishing another center of such type in Africa.
In the sidelines of the summit, Russia's Minister of Economic Development mentioned possible arrangements with individual countries.
It's a complex approach to the promotion of goods and services in relation to a specific country. Each country wants to get a specific product at the end, which requires financial and construction parts. So a variety of different projects that should be packed into one. So of course, big infrastructure projects come with financing.
The diplomatic race for Africa among the world's superpowers has dominated international politics in recent times, thereby influencing Russia's initiative to join the contest. It is believed that with the right leadership, a win-win diplomatic game can better shape Africa's development. For QTV News, Momodou Choi.